G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing my tips for round 13 of the season. We'll have a bit of a look at the ladder and we've got Zaki 2323 who's one clear again on top of the table, beating Macca 0303 at the moment. Alright, I tipped Brisbane by 72 points, so my margin is not looking too fresh, and as we can see there, that's bit me a little bit. 5 out of 7, not too bad. About on par with the rest of the comp. So, yeah, we're into the bye rounds at the moment. Got a bit of work to do, as usual. So we'll see what we can scramble here in round 13. All right, just let's start off with the Thursday night game. We've got Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. They are hosting Hawthorn. What a clash this will be. It's a high-stakes game for both sides. The Doggies have only had one win against top 8 sides. I think Hawthorn, not sure if they're in a similar boat as well. All right, I think the Dogs had the bye, or they went down. I reckon they had the bye. Yes, they did. Geelong was their most recent game. Hawthorn went down to the Pies by 51 points in what was a pretty disappointing affair for the Hawks on the Friday night spotlight. Yeah, it's a tough game to pick. I think of recent times, Hawthorn have done okay. They won the final against the Dogs, who were a bit out of it. And I reckon they won at Marvel earlier that year as well when the Dogs were on the canvas. The Dogs are a bit of a different beast this year, though, and at Marvel Stadium under the lid, they're really, really prominent there, play some of their best footy. I'm going to go the Dogs to win. I'm going to say, it's going to be close. I reckon 8 points. Super close game, I think. No doubt the Hawks will be seething, but I thought they would have been seething after their loss to Brisbane. They lost 3 on the trot. Doggies in better touch of late, although they've lost 2 out of their last 3 as well. But they've had some pretty tough opposition. Cats at home, Gold Coast, and that was by 10 points. So 2 pretty even sides. Should be an interesting clash for sure. Then under the lights at Adelaide Oval, Friday night, Adelaide hosting Brisbane. The Crows, they've been very good. They've been pretty handy of late. A 90-point defeat over the Sydney Swans in Sydney is no mean feat. They did very well there in scintillating form. They've had a very similar form line. Brisbane have had a couple of good wins in a row. They got the job done comfortably over the Hawks. And, the Bombers gave them a bit of a scare. That was for sure. Ended up getting the 3-goal win with the Bombers being quite plucky. I have to go Adelaide at home here. I think it was a draw last year when they played, and Adelaide would definitely nowhere near as good as they are now. And Brisbane probably on par with where they're at last year when they went the draw. I think, the Crows at home's pretty menacing proposition. I think, Adelaide will be too strong. Although, if anyone can beat any team, it's Brisbane. So, but I'm happy to go Adelaide based on their form and the way they've been going about it. Then we go to the Saturday afternoon games. Very interesting here. We've got Richmond and Sydney. Richmond went down to not the Suns, it was the Giants. 3 points in the end. It was very, very close. And Sydney, as just mentioned before, went down by 91 points to the Crows. And, one of their worst losses for quite some time. However, they have had an 81-point grand final loss, thereabouts. 60-point grand final loss, and I think they lost to Geelong by 93 and Port Adelaide by 112. So they've had some heavy losses in the last 18 months. It's been, they've had some tough moments. 18 months, 2 years, 3 years. Tigers, Swans. Tigers got the job done, I think, over the Swans early last year as well, before Sydney went on their run. I mean, I'm going to go Richmond. Don't know why. It's a little bit of an upset. Sydney should be the better side, but just with Richmond's system, they've been impressive. They've been competitive in most games, and I mean, Sydney just look breath of confidence and any sort of form of system at the moment. And I think Richmond, we know they're going to bring the pressure. We know they play good footy at the MCG. We know the Swans don't play good footy at the MCG of late. So I'm going to go Richmond. A little bit of an upset. Hopefully not egg in the face, but we'll see. Then we go down the highway, 4:15 p.m. Oh, that's an annoying time to go to that game, but that's all right. Geelong hosting Gold Coast. So Geelong had a pretty decent win over the Eagles, 43 points in the end. Gold Coast, they went down to the Dockers by 11 points in a pretty close game on the Gold Coast. Very rarely that they lose there, but they did on that occasion. Happy to go the Cats at home. No doubt it'll be tough. I think, it'll probably be a couple of goals in it. But, I expect Gold Coast to make life very difficult. I'm pretty concerned about their clearance game and their intercept game and their pressure. And front half turnover game worries me a lot. Although, I think the only time we can tip against Geelong in Geelong is when they play the Giants for their annual loss to GWS. So, optimistic about Geelong getting the job done. Not going to be easy. Don't expect it to be, a shoo-in by any means or stretch of the imagination. We then go to Manuka Oval after the Geelong game, straight into GWS hosting Port Adelaide. GWS pretty lucky to get the chocolates over the Tigers. 3-point winners in the end after they were down by over 5 goals. And then from the Port Adelaide side of things, it's been, pretty disgraceful. I think they had the bye. Because they lost to the Dockers the week before. Hopefully there's some rejuvenation from Port Adelaide's side. Have to go to the Giants at Manuka. I don't think they play super amazing footy there, to be fair. But it's really, really difficult to go, Port Adelaide. They might be able to spring something together. We'll see. Hard to see them finding something there with what they have displayed at this point in time of the season. I don't know where on earth Hands Oval is. I don't know if that's a rename of Tassie Oval or what's going on there, but North's home ground in this game. North hosting West Coast and North Melbourne. I'm going to say that they had a bye as well. Let's see what they got up to. Yeah, Pies, big win. So that was a week before because the Pies played the Hawks in the week just gone. Eagles, as we mentioned before, 43 points deficit to the Cats after being really competitive for especially a couple of those quarters there. Second and third term put the Cats hard at work and put them on the back foot. North, I have to go North here. I don't know where Hands Oval is, but hey, no doubt the Eagles will give the Cats, not the Cats, no doubt they'll give North a pretty good run for their money. North just have to find a way to win, and they've been building and building. They just have to get the 4 points. Similar here, we've got Carlton. I think we've got some public holidays coming up here on the Victorian side. Carlton, Sunday night game, hosting the Bombers. What is happening here? So, Carlton, they had the bye. They went down to the Giants just before the bye. And the Bombers, very, very competitive against the Brisbane Lions. Up at the Gabba, went down by 3 goals in the end, but had a really good showing for a good part of that game outside of the first quarter. But after quarter time, it was even money game. I'm going to go Carlton, not with a lot of confidence. I think Essendon have been playing in better form of the late, been playing the better footy. Although, Carlton, hopefully, for their sake, refreshed after the bye. I just think, it's like their season's just hanging on by the tiniest of threads, and they just have to find a way to win, and they have to win. So I'm just going to go Carlton. If they lose, their season's probably curtains. Then we go to a monster game at the MCG. We've got King's Birthday Clash, Melbourne v Collingwood. Melbourne had a disappointing blip on the radar, went down to the Saints. I think it was about 28 points in the end. Just couldn't kick straight. 7 goals, 21 or something to that effect. So they were very inaccurate in front of goal. Over to the Pies, who were absolutely purring along at the moment. They've won 4 on the trot and absolutely took the Hawks to the cleaners on last Friday night. It's going to be tricky. D's have had some interesting battles with Collingwood in the past and have definitely caused some upsets at times. But I just have to go Collingwood just on the pure body of work that they have delivered. They've been playing some great football and look like the team to beat at the moment. Them in Brisbane, just absolutely menacing at the moment. And that is all. We've got Freo and St Kilda out for the byes this week. All right, so I have gone the Western Bulldogs by 8 points Then Adelaide, Richmond, a little bit of an upset. Geelong, and then GWS, North Melbourne, Carlton, and Collingwood. All right, that is it from me, guys. Those are my tips for round 13 of the season. Hope you enjoyed. Interested to hear who you think is going to win over the weekend. So comment down below if you've got any upsets that you've got on top of your radar that you'll be tipping this week. Interested to hear your thoughts there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.